Steve, what can I say? So lovely to see you before you head off on that jet plane to Beijing. Firstly, what can I say? Huge congratulations. Try to put into words what it means to be selected to go to Beijing.
Yeah, thank you, firstly. Yeah, it's been an amazing sort of whirlwind 3 years, really. Started skiing back in 2018, and I got to pinch myself sometimes that I'm about to jump on a plane and go to Beijing 2022. Yeah, so yeah, super happy, super excited, and a fantastic opportunity.
This is a bit of a whirlwind because you look at your career. What is this? Sixth Paralympics? Am I right? Sixth, number six.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
keep
right.
up.
Yeah.
Wow. But of course, a lot of us know you in the context of sailing, which was kind of in the informative part of your career as an elite athlete. And then you're part of the para ice hockey team in Turin. And then you kind of retired. But obviously, that competitive spirit within you was like, I'm not having any of this, and came out of retirement. So talk me through that.
Yeah. So I started ice hockey in 2003. And managed to qualify to go to Turin in 2006. Piggybacked with started sailing in 2004, and ended up heading to 5 summer games. I had a career from 2003 to 2016. Retired after Rio. The program sort of stopped. There was no longer sailing at the Olympic Games, and I think I was probably done then. I was ready to retire anyway, get into a normal life, normal job, wife, and things like that. And loved that sort of normal life for a while, and then sort of got an itch. Really, got a competitive sort of itch to try out something else, and was asked to go and have a go cross country skiing in summer with one of the army training camps, which is called AFPST. Loved it, and then a couple of coaches saw something in me and decided, would you like to try out for the GB team? And 3.5 years on, I'm sort of heading to China.
It's really amazing though, isn't it? I mean, I guess when you've been an elite athlete, you've always got that dogged determination and that inherent competitive spirit. And I think it's fascinating to know you kind of left it, thought you've done that now. There was clearly something there that you thought, no, I got to get back to it.
Yeah, maybe it's an old dog with a bone, perhaps, probably, maybe. No, but I think if you look at, I think a lot of sportsmen who retire from their primary sport, they probably look to go into other things. A lot of guys who do triathlon now, the rugby players, there's a sort of a big program of transition, especially with Paralympic athletes, looking at taking successful athletes from one sport, and when they sort of like come to sort of their coming off the peak, they sort of then move into other sports. And Anthony Hughes, FTSW, is a sort of an advocate, is a taskmaster at basically taking people from one sport and putting to another. And that's pretty much what happened to me from hockey into sailing. So there's a long pedigree of that in Paralympic sport and talent transfer. And I think UK sport governing bodies and FTSW do that really well.
So here we are, you'll be heading to Beijing. Just talk me through how preparations have gone in the last couple of weeks and months or so.
Yeah, so we went to Canada pre-Christmas. This is going to sound, it's going to sound quite glamorous, really.
Loving it already, loving it.
I know. I can't. That's probably why I'm doing it, really. So many glamorous places
to travel.
Yeah, to travel. Yeah. So we were out in Canmore pre-Christmas for a World Cup event, and then we came back home for Christmas. And then we had the rescheduled World Paranordic Snow Championships that were in Lillehammer in January, and then we moved straight into another World Cup event in Sweden at Östersund, and then we're home for 2 weeks, and we've just been in Livigno, Italy, in the Alps, high altitude training, because Beijing's at altitude as well. So we've been doing some altitude acclimatization, and then we've gone from Livigno, 9-hour drive yesterday in a car, to go from Livigno to Paris. And we're at a Paris hotel now, and I'm ready to fly out tomorrow. So Yeah, it's been a bit of a whirlwind because like from November onwards, we've had competitions, we've had home, and then we've had more competitions. So form is pretty good, like getting better as the season progresses. So we've done most of summer hours are long endurance hours, putting in 4 or 5 hours a day, either in the gym or out on the Taff trails or also on the mountains. But then as we get closer to the event, sort of like it's competition phase and sort of higher intensity interval training now for Beijing.
You're no stranger to competing on the international stage and indeed the Paralympics. But what does this mean to you that you've secured your place for Beijing and heading out there, representing Paralympics GB, one of the biggest squads, shall we say, that Great Britain have had for quite some time?
Yeah, it means a massive amount, both for sort of Great Britain and for Wales as well, to represent the country. Anytime you put a jersey on, the British Lion or the Red Dragon pants on, then you know it's something really special. I think if you look at the GB team as a whole, I think there's probably, like you said, the most competitive team going. I think it's across 5 sports now: biathlon, Nordic, snowboard, alpine, and wheelchair curlers. So, and in fact, our squad has gone from 1 in Pyeongchang, Scotty, to 5 traveling out to China. So everything's progressed really well, and the sport's booming.
And what's the vibe like in the camp?
Yeah, I think for us, we're seriously on it when we're sort of on it. When we need to perform, we're very focused, very centered. But actually, when we get off the snow, we're actually quite a chilled out group. You know, I like to have fun, like this sort of. There's lots of card games on in the evening, a bit of PlayStation going on. You know, we sit and have coffee. You know, and just spend downtime together. You know, have fun. You know, we're very, very different personalities in the group as well. Like I'm the oldest at 45 and we got the youngest at 25, 26. So there's a big range and we all get on really well. And we all sort of like, we all support each other. You know, like if everyone's having a good day, then that's fantastic. If everyone's not having such a great day, and then you feel, you know, quite terrible for them. But, you know, we all pick each other back up and all support each other. And I think that's just the strength of the group, really. And you can't improve without a strong group. I think it's very hard to do that isolated on your own. So as a group, we're pushing on together, and I'm looking forward to China.
What's ultimately the goals and the objectives? Because no doubt you've got a thought process going out to Beijing. What ultimately do you want to take from it?
In reality, I'm still a novice. Like I've only been doing it 3 years. Reality, it's this sport and the sprint event which I'm focusing on is probably one of the deepest events in Paralympic Games. Like if you look at it, there's probably 25, 30 people that can make a semi-final in the sprint on the 9th. So the field is really strong. For me, I just want to go and give a good account. If I can give a season's best performance and get somewhere near the semi-final, then that'll be awesome. You know, ultimately the dream is to win a medal, but first step is being selected. Next step is getting on the plane, and then the next step then is performing well in the sort of in the final days before we start competing. No
doubt everyone back in Wales, friends and family, are going to be cheering you on that TV screen.
Yeah, I know apparently they're having a few parties. I think they're going to have a couple of drinks. Yeah, because we're 8 hours ahead. So they'll be up in the early hours. A couple of them will be having a day off the day after, they told me as well. So, but yeah, the support's been amazing back home. You know, close friends, the family, the wife, you know, mum and dad, yeah, they've all been behind me. They're all checking in on me regularly. So, I'm looking forward to doing them proud, really.
Well, everyone at Disability Sport Wales is totally behind you. We'll be cheering you on. You're definitely flying the flag for us, and you've had such a phenomenal career already, but just hope you enjoy it. Hope it goes really, really well in Beijing, and thanks for joining me today.
Thanks very much, Sam.